Hi Year 12, just a quick screencast on the upcoming assessment, just to kind of let you know the structure of the exam, what you need to focus your revision on, and where to find resources to help you do that. So, your assessment will take place on Monday the 15th of June. All groups, no matter what teacher you have, what class you have, you will all sit the assessment on Monday the 15th of June. All classes get taught on this day, so this will prevent anybody telling each other what the questions are, etc., because you'll all sit it on exactly the same day. Okay, so what will your assessment be on? We've decided to do part of an education paper, which is paper 1. It's not the full paper, and I'll explain why in a second. But what you need to focus your revision on is education. So that includes all topics you have obviously completed in education. So social class, ethnicity, gender, and achievement. So how each of those different groups overachieve or underachieve, why some do better than others, etc. And then also the role and the function of education. You'll have a question on research methods. So you need to go through what each research method is, so practical, ethical, theoretical strengths and weaknesses of each one. You will also need to perhaps look at some sociologists and who have used those different research methods. So for example, observation, you should know instantly James Patrick, Sudhir Venkatesh, and Lord Humphreys. So education, research methods, and then also you'll get a question on methods in context. Now remember, this methods in context question is where you'll get asked to evaluate the strengths and weaknesses of a method paired up with a context of education. So it could be something like evaluate the strengths and weaknesses of using unstructured interviews to understand bullying in secondary schools. Okay, so those are the 3 areas which you need to revise for: education, research method, each method, what they are, strengths, weaknesses, sociologists that use them, and methods in context. Obviously, you can't really properly revise for method in context. You just need to be able to look back at maybe some of your plans from when we did that in the booklet and make sure you know your methods really, really well. So, how will your exam be structured? Question 1 will be a 4 marker on education. So it'll ask you to outline 2 reasons for the educational underachievement of working class. Okay. Question 2 will be a 6 marker on education, obviously again. That will ask you to outline 3 reasons, 3 factors, 3 criticisms, etc. Question 3 will be a 10-mark analyse question. So remember, the analyse questions are the ones where you've got the item and you have to pick out the 2 hooks from the item. Again, that will be on education. Question 4, you will have a 20-mark methods in context question, what I've just kind of talked you through already. And question 5, your final question, will be another 10-mark one, but it will be the outline and explain 2 questions. Okay, you can see here these are the times that you need to spend on each question. Obviously don't go over that. It's hard for us to police, but this should fit into exactly 1 lesson and you should spend 75 minutes on it. This is a paper 1 question, however you are missing here the 30 marker. We decided to take out the 30 marker just because you haven't had, obviously due to the situation, you haven't had time and any support to be able to actually go through properly and do some obviously in lesson time. So this is exactly what an education paper would look like, apart from you would have a 30 marker in here. But like I said, for this assessment, we've taken that out because we didn't really think it was fair when you haven't properly been kind of taught how to do this and had to kind of face-to-face support on that. Now, where can you go for resources to revise? You should all have your booklets, okay? Remember, you get a booklet for each topic that you do, okay? you've got one on every topic of education that you've done. And it usually has all the notes, or just when we do lessons, you should have obviously been filling those in. So if some of your booklets are empty, then it's your role to kind of fill them. That would have been done in lessons. So if you're not up to date with your lessons, you really need to go back and fill those in, because that is all the notes that you have got and need. And it includes the sociologists that you need, it includes all the content that you need for the topic, and all the really important key concepts. So you've got glossaries, you've got information about studies, etc. You've also got the electronic textbook. These have all been sent round to you on PDF, so you'll be able to click the links from there. But if you want to kind of take the links from here, you literally just copy and paste that web page. So the electronic textbook, that's all uploaded in its different chapters. So perhaps if you've got bits missing from your booklet, or you want to read a little bit more, or you want, say, a different example or some more information, it can all be found on our textbook, which is on the Learning Portal. We have banks and banks of questions. So these are all kind of separated into the different kind of questions that you will get asked. I'll just kind of show you that now. So if you click that link, it will take you to this page. You're on the Learning Portal, and these are our question banks. Obviously, you're most interested at the moment on the education. So if you click on that, it will take you to this. And then you've got literally a bank of questions on the different style questions and lengths that you'll get. So outline 2 criticisms of schools selecting by ability, outline 2 examples of cultural deprivation, 2 reasons for differences in subject choices. So that's just a bank of questions that's obviously going to be helpful for your revision. Then if you scroll down, you've got your 6 markers, outline 3 reasons why middle class parents are more successful, outline 3 functions of education according to functionalists, etc. Scroll down, you've got all the analyse 10 markers or example 10 markers and the mark schemes of how we mark it. These are all useful for obviously you to try out, okay, and then you can kind of use the mark scheme to help you. Now I said that we won't include a 30 marker on this assessment, so if you keep going past those 30 markers, you don't obviously need them. There's loads of them. Okay, and then if you come to here, you have got your methods in context question, which is out of 20 marks. So evaluate strengths and limitations of using unstructured interviews to investigate streaming, limitations of using self-completion written questionnaires to investigate unauthorized absences. You've got all of your items there as well. So those are really just for you to kind of use to practice any questions that you might want. By all means, as part of your revision you want to send to your teachers will obviously help. You also would be interested in this theories and methods one, because you will get a question on research methods. And you are actually looking for this 10 marker. So outline and explain 2 advantages of using questionnaires. Obviously ignore any that include anything about theory. You won't get a theory question, but if you want to try out research methods questions, then they are all there, and obviously you can access that by just clicking that link there from the PDF, or copying that link into your browser. I've also created sociology screencasts. Basically, I talk you through how to answer each question. I give you an example that I've written. I use examples from past sociology students that have actually been written in exam conditions. So they would be really, really useful for you to use. Like I said, I talk you through exactly how to answer each question. I'll just show you where they are now. Okay, so if you just click that link, it will take you here again, Learning Portal. We're in Sociology Screencast. If you pick one of these, ignore my cringy voice, but it will pull up a video of how to. Hi everyone, today I'm going to do a screencast. And then I just kind of talk through each one with some examples there. If I just mute that for now. So you can see I kind of talk you through an example, what to include, what to do, and then it also kind of shows you a student's answer from last year's exam, and we talk about it and look at the mark scheme for that, and I kind of go through where you're going to pick up the marks. Same sort of thing, and you can see that I've done one for every question that you're going to get in this assessment. So a 4, a 6, the 10 analyse, the methods in context, and then finally the 10 mark outline and explain. And lastly, what other resources can you use? Your teachers, okay? You each have 2, if not 3 teachers for sociology, so please obviously email your teachers if you've got any specific questions. If you had me, Miss Cannell, obviously I did research methods with you and methods in context, so if you've got any questions on those, then obviously email me. Same if you were taught by Mrs. Higgins, she did research methods and methods in context, whereas Mr. Evans did the education section. So obviously choose your teachers depending on what you need to ask. Lastly, before we go, good luck, okay? You'll be brilliant. Make sure you are kind of doing it in exam conditions. You haven't got your notes out, because obviously then we're not getting a true reflection of how well you're doing, and you're kind of doing yourself out of a grade. Okay, so good luck. You'll be fine. I hope all your other exams go well as well. I'm sure they are. And like I said, if you've got any questions, check the resources and don't hesitate to get into touch with us for more information. Okay, good luck.